Hi, everyone. Welcome back to English Broadcast Studio. If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss any of our tips and tricks to improve your English. I'm Emra, and today we have a very exciting topic to discuss.
That's right. We're diving into how to practice English speaking, even when you're alone. It sounds challenging, right? But don't worry. We're here to break it down for you and share some useful strategies that can really help you out.
Exactly, John. It's something that many of our viewers ask about. How can I practice speaking English when I don't have anyone to speak with? Well, we've got some answers for you. Whether you're a beginner or someone who's looking to improve fluency, practicing alone can be very effective.
So let's start with the question, why practice alone? Why not just wait until you find someone to talk to?
Well, first off, practicing alone allows you to take control of your learning. You don't have to rely on others to practice or set up meetings. It's all about creating opportunities for yourself. Plus, it's perfect for those who might not have access to English speakers around them.
That's a great point. Also, practicing alone gives you the chance to work on specific skills you want to improve without the fear of making mistakes in front of others. You can take your time and you don't have to worry about anyone judging you.
Exactly. And even though it might seem intimidating at first, the more you practice alone, the more comfortable you'll become with the language. It's all about consistency and confidence.
All right, now that we know why practicing alone is beneficial, let's talk about how to practice English speaking by yourself.
One of the first things you can do is talk to yourself. I know it sounds a little weird, but it's a great way to build fluency. You can narrate what you're doing during the day. For example, when you're cooking, cleaning, or walking. Just describe everything in English as if you're telling someone else about it.
That's a really good tip. And another great method is to repeat sentences you hear from English media. Whether it's movies, TV shows, or podcasts, you can pause and repeat the sentences you hear. Try to mimic the tone, pronunciation, and rhythm. This will help you sound more natural.
I do this all the time. You can even try shadowing, which is when you repeat what someone is saying almost at the exact same time. It's a fun exercise to improve both your pronunciation and listening skills.
Yes, and if you're feeling a bit adventurous, you can try recording yourself. Listen back to see how your pronunciation sounds. It'll help you identify areas for improvement, like if you're mispronouncing words or if your sentences sound unnatural.
And for those of you who prefer something a little more structured, you can practice with language apps. There are plenty of apps designed to help you practice speaking, even if you don't have a language partner. You can record your responses, and the app can give you feedback on your speaking.
We don't want this to be a boring task, right? So let's talk about ways to make practicing fun.
Absolutely. If you turn your practice into a game or challenge, it'll be a lot more enjoyable. For example, you could try speaking for 5 minutes without stopping on a specific topic. This challenge helps you get over the fear of making mistakes and encourages fluency.
Or you can set a goal to learn 10 new words a day and use them in your daily speech. Try to incorporate those words into your self-talk or recordings. It's a great way to expand your vocabulary and keep your practice exciting.
And don't forget to make it personal. Talk about things that interest you, your hobbies, favorite TV shows, or your future goals. When you're engaged with the topic, you'll enjoy speaking more.
Now, in the digital age, there are so many tools to help with speaking practice. One of my favorites is language exchange platforms. Even if you're practicing alone most of the time, you can join a language exchange online and connect with others when you need to.
And let's not forget about virtual assistants like Siri, Google Assistant, or Alexa. You can have conversations with them in English. Try asking them questions or giving them commands to practice your speaking skills.
Another useful tool is speech recognition software. You can use tools like Google Translate, which has a voice feature. Speak into it and it will show if your pronunciation is correct. It's like having a menu tutor with you at all times.
Plus, there are interactive video lessons available. You can speak along with the teacher in the videos and even get feedback based on your pronunciation and fluency.
At the end of the day, it's all about building confidence. If you practice regularly, you'll start to see improvement. The key is not to get discouraged by mistakes. Mistakes are just opportunities to learn.
And remember, fluency doesn't come overnight. It's a gradual process, but with consistency, you'll definitely improve. Just keep speaking, even if it feels awkward at first.
Exactly. And don't compare your progress to others. Everyone learns at their own pace. The most important thing is to stay motivated and keep pushing yourself to speak.
Before we wrap up, let's talk about some common challenges you might face while practicing speaking alone and how to overcome them.
Great idea. One of the biggest challenges I hear from learners is feeling self-conscious. You might feel a little silly talking to yourself or recording your voice, especially if you're not used to it. But here's the thing, everyone starts somewhere, and trust me, everyone feels that way in the beginning.
Exactly. The key is to push through that discomfort. Remember, you're practicing to improve and you're not being judged by anyone. In fact, the more you practice, the more natural it will feel over time.
Another challenge many people face is not knowing what to say. Sometimes you might feel stuck, unsure of what topics to talk about. This is where your interests come in handy. Talk about things you love, whether it's a favorite hobby, a book you're reading, or a movie you've recently seen. If you run out of ideas, there are plenty of conversation starters available online to inspire you.
Yes, and if you're still struggling, you can ask questions. Imagine you're speaking to a friend. Ask yourself questions about your day, your plans, or things you're curious about. You'll notice that once you start, the words will flow more easily.
Now that we've covered some common challenges, let's talk about how to make your practice routine more effective. First, you should set a schedule. Consistency is key. Even if you practice just 10 to 15 minutes a day, it's better than doing nothing.
And don't try to do everything at once. Focus on one skill at a time. For example, you might start with pronunciation, then move on to fluency, then grammar. Each day, you can focus on a different area, or you can alternate between them.
Great point. Another tip is to track your progress. You could keep a journal of what you've practiced each day and reflect on any improvements you've noticed. It's a fantastic way to stay motivated.
And don't forget to reward yourself. Every time you reach a milestone, whether it's mastering a new phrase or speaking for 5 minutes without hesitation, treat yourself. This will help you stay motivated and excited about your progress.
All right, let's talk about how you can apply all of this to real-life situations. After all, practicing speaking alone is great, but the ultimate goal is to speak confidently in real-life conversations.
Right. So one way to apply your practice is to seek out opportunities to speak in English outside of your practice routine. You don't have to wait for a perfect situation. Look for chances to practice with friends, in classes, or even through social media.
You could even join language exchange groups online. Many websites and apps offer the opportunity to chat with native speakers, even if it's just through text or voice messages. It's a great way to practice without feeling too much pressure.
And if you're in a situation where you can't find someone to speak with, remember that using English in your day-to-day life will help too. Label things around your house with English words. Set your phone or computer to English. Or even practice thinking in English during your daily activities.
That's a great tip. And don't worry about mistakes. Native speakers make mistakes too. It's all about getting comfortable with the language and continuing to practice in any way you can.
At this point, we've covered so many strategies. But one thing that remains true throughout all of this is that learning a language takes time. You can't expect to speak perfectly after only a few weeks, or even months, and that's okay.
Absolutely. Be patient with yourself. The more you practice, the more you'll improve. But it's a gradual process. Stay positive and celebrate small wins, like using a new word correctly in a sentence or feeling more confident during a practice session.
Exactly. Language learning is a journey, not a race. So enjoy the process and trust that with time, you will get better and better.
To wrap up today's conversation, we want to leave you with one last piece of advice. Don't be afraid to practice every day. Even if it feels like you're not improving as quickly as you'd like, every bit of practice counts.
That's so true. Whether it's speaking in front of a mirror, repeating lines from your favorite movie, or recording yourself, it all adds up. And remember, your efforts will eventually pay off.
Thanks for joining us today on English Broadcast Studio. We hope these tips will help you on your journey to mastering English speaking, even when you're practicing alone.
And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more helpful tips.
Let us know in the comments if you have any other ideas or strategies for practicing English by yourself.
Until next time, keep practicing, stay motivated, and as always, happy learning.
Take care, everyone. Bye!